Welcome to That's No Class. I'm Brian Berumen.
And I'm Morgan Darian.
Welcome back to the home of class, where we talk about the most interesting and funny things happening in the news and in our lives, try to figure out how to live classy, and call out no class moves.
This week in news, Brian covers co-pilots. I bring news from two pros in the biz. Then Brian gives us free car advice. We share our scales of joy and check in on y'all's mental health. And as always, we end with our no class picks.
Welcome back, episode 70, everybody. Our audience is so funny and cool, and I know we cover all kinds of topics, and we never know what's going to get a strong reaction. But man, bringing up air fryers a few weeks ago really set off one of our listeners. Jessica says, air fryers are dumb. Toaster oven is where it's at. Finger emoji, like this one, like the A-OK finger emoji. Toaster oven is the only way. You can replace your toaster and use it as a quick oven, perfect for single serve. Put the air fryer in the trash.
Oh my God. That's amazing. I didn't know so many people were so down on the air fryer.
Strong feelings, strong hatreds, which
I love it.
We're here for. Hey,
this is one of our people.
But we still have our air fryer.
Doesn't matter.
Just strong feelings.
Getting mad about
anything
is one of our people.
You're right. That's
Hello.
it. Okay, let's get to some news.
Now here's the news.
All right, I say this all the time, but again, the origins of TNC and AI will forever be linked in the history books. We came up at the same time. We're both changing the world with quickness.
Okay.
So a new thing happened that the military is downplaying like it's not the biggest deal, but I think it is.
What?
The Air Force is confirming that for the first time, they successfully loaded AI into a fighter jet, and it had a full dogfight with a human pilot in another jet. AI flew the jet. Air Combat Evolution, or the ACE program, is what they're called.
What?
They started with simulations where teams tried to build AI systems to compete just within the game, and every time they were beating human pilots there. But that was because AIs were allowed to break safety rules that humans aren't allowed to break.
Yeah.
They were doing crazy maneuvers that would like literally break the plane apart. So they were like, okay, this wouldn't work in the real world. But over time, they built in these kinds of restrictions into the plane, and then they built a whole new plane. The way that they made it work, which sounds crazy, is that they took the simulator and put the simulator in the plane. So the AI program treats it exactly the same. It's like, oh, I'm just flying a simulation, but it doesn't know that it's controlling an actual jet like in the real world, which is crazy.
Amazing.
So in December 2022, the planes were just flown by AI, and by September of last year, they had their first dogfight, which if you're not familiar with that term, it's when two fighter jets fight each other in the air. They won't say who won, but it was successful. That's all they say.
Whoa.
The AI jet and the human jet were flying at 1,200 miles an hour, getting within 2,000 feet of each other. The AI didn't break any safety rules. It did have humans on board to take over if they needed it to, but they say they never did.
in case they would like crash or something.
Exactly,
or
something like that. But they said it never happens.
Whoa.
And the Air Force is saying, oh, AI successfully dogfighting isn't the point.
What's the point?
Making it seem like it can help humans do things better. If the AI can do everything, then you can count on the AI to help you when you're flying the plane. And sure,
I guess, like if you're injured or something.
Something like that. And that's true, but you're downplaying the fact that we're at the point where humans can be replaced by AI programs that can carry out combat missions.
Yeah.
So I thought more and more about like what's happening here, and I thought about Top Gun Maverick, which I know a lot of people saw.
Yeah.
And one of the big premises in that movie is that we're fighting somebody, and it's never clear who it is. Is it Russia? Is it China? We don't know. They leave it blank so that nobody gets pissed.
Yeah.
But in that movie, the big deal was that the people we were fighting had really advanced fighter jets.
Right.
But maybe this concept is like, yo, we don't even need more advanced fighter jets. Stick the AI in a kind of older, not most advanced fighter jet, and it's like Tom Cruise, and it can do incredible things with this older jet.
We have like a lot of Tom Cruises now.
We got tons of Tom Cruises that can learn, which is like,
That's
and they
crazy.
don't die.
Yeah.
Which is a Battlestar Galactica concept that I won't go into that for our audience, but like that's the thing that they covered in the TV series Battlestar Galactica. Anyway, I want to give a shout out to Lily about this topic because when I was visiting her, she told me she was working on an assignment for school about lethal autonomous weapons and the implications for that in society and the military. And it's a totally terrifying concept the more I think about it. And here we are making it a reality. What do you think about this?
I don't know. It doesn't scare me that much because if you're dealing with a human with that kind of power or versus an AI that can do that, I guess you're just like saving a few humans from getting bombed out of the sky. I don't know.
Okay. That's a positive
take
on it.
It's the same thing. Like they're so good. Everyone's still going to bomb each other.
What if they go rogue?
I mean, yeah, that's crazy.
Which is another terrible movie called Stealth.
Or like someone could hack into it.
Yeah, take it over.
I mean, they can still do that already, right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know what they can do.
I don't know what they can do either.
Right.
I'm surprised more people don't hack into cars, honestly.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
Because that stuff is already fully controlled by computer.
Yeah, that's wild.
Oh, anyway.
Going back to the horse and buggy.
Let's
eventually. We'll see.
All right.
We'll see.
What do you got, friend? What's yours?
Okay. My news this week was sent to us by your friend who also works in the news. So I just have to take a moment to make fun of you guys for a second.
Why?
Firstly, y'all are news nerds of the highest order.
Yes.
It's hard to cover it all, but I'm going to try. Sometimes Brian will send me a story and it's awesome. It has exactly what I need to tell a story. It has characters, some rising action, some funny details. But then sometimes he sends me articles that are just like a statement, like diaper bandit strikes again. And it does sound funny, but then it's just like law enforcement being like, man, this diaper bandit sucks and they really need to be caught. And a lot of them are animal related. Like,
Can I defend myself really quick here?
Yeah, go ahead.
The reason that this happens is because big part of the show is that Morgan and I surprise each other and we don't know what the other's going to bring. So I just see a headline and I send it. I don't
Fair
want
enough.
to read it because I need to be surprised.
Okay,
I can't
got it.
know.
Okay.
So that's why. So I'm sorry that sometimes I send you duds. If I had looked at them, they wouldn't be duds. How about this? Next
Okay, I
time,
understand.
I'll look to see if there's like a bunch of writing. If there isn't a bunch of writing, then I'll be like, nah, I won't send it. Okay,
no,
sorry.
it's okay. You don't have to change your practices.
Okay, cool.
Okay, now I understand that a little bit.
Okay. So what did we do? What was the story?
Well, I have to just call you out a little bit more. Okay, a lot of them are animal related, like big rodents eating trees. And everyone's like, oh no. But there's no drama because it's animals. And I'm looking for drama. Brian and his friend Adam are real news guys. So if there's a sentence that sounds interesting, they're like, that's news. I can write 5 sentences about that. And I'm just like, nah, not possible. I need a whole plot. For example, Adam and Brian sent me this one this week. Vultures feared to be dying were just too drunk to fly. Okay, sounds funny and awesome. And I'm sure if you were there in person, you'd be dying laughing. But like, that's it. Those are the details. These are the characters. So 2 vultures get into a trash, ate some fermented fruit, probably, and were wobbling around drunk as a skunk. And then they released them the next day after they slept it off. And now you know the depths of the nerddom of the guys that bring you the news.
No, we were super excited about this story. No, you're not doing it justice.
It takes 4 seconds to tell this story.
People thought there was a tragedy happening, that these birds were dying, and it turns out they were just drunk.
Vultures getting dying is not that interesting either.
No one wants animals to die.
Sure.
Animals dying in the news is a big deal.
All right.
As news people.
Well,
let me tell you.
I mean, I guess. No one ever does anything to stop it.
Yeah, exactly.
I will admit, I do a lot of animal stories on my own. And I'm not proud of the one I did a few weeks ago about the goat sounding like a human. I stooped to nerdy news guy status, and I promised to be better than that in the future. Except for today, because I couldn't find a news story, so the news nerds really came through for me and told me about these 2 vultures having a wild night. So thanks, guys. You saved my ass this week, and I'm sorry I made fun of you, but also, y'all are nerds.
So that's it? That's your story? You don't have any other story?
We have 2 drunk vultures.
Hey,
now you guys know.
Shout out to the homie Adam, who also is a career journalist with more experience than me, and like came up to me and was like, yo, you got to do this story. Because it's a good one.
It is. It's just that I'm not a news person. I am a storyteller.
Well, good. I'm glad, because I'm sure our listeners, they're normal people like you, not working in the news biz. So I'm sure they feel the same way. They're like,
I need some characters. I need some dialogue.
I didn't think about that. There's no drama.
No.
You want drama.
Nothing happens.
The birds are drunk.
They were drunk. And that's the news. All right. Do you have personal news?
I do. Okay. So I'm on a Planet of the Apes kick right now.
Oh, yeah.
And not a lot of Planet of the Apes heads out there. And I'm bringing it back. I'm getting ready for the new one coming out in a few weeks. So I'm rewatching the most recent ones, which I cannot believe are already more than a decade old. But man, these movies are so good.
Okay.
If they were made today, they wouldn't be nearly as good because people don't care about quality anymore. But man, such a crazy concept.
Damn.
So weirdly awesome.
Okay.
Apes become the dominant species and take over.
Love
What
it.
a wild concept. And I love it. Anyway, highly recommend the original movie with Charlton Heston from 1968.
They talk, right?
Yeah, they are like people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember. Okay.
Freaking started in 2011, the new trilogy. Andy Serkis is the lead ape, so you know he's just acting the crap out of it, even though you can't see him. He is a chimpanzee, but he is like acting and speaking. It's crazy. And I love it. I'm just having the best time.
I'm just so happy.
Shout
for
out to
you.
Adam again, my other Planet of the Apes homie. Okay,
You're an
so
Adam.
that's what's up with me. What's going on with you?
Let's see. Okay, so I just want to tell everyone, Blaze Pizza is great. They have a points reward system that is off the charts. Let me tell you, if you're trying to be healthy, you can just get the regular crust with sauce and then put a bunch of veggies on it. No cheese, no meat. And you're feeling great. No gas.
Yeah, big plus.
Limited calories because of the stupid cheese always adds like 50,000 calories.
Yeah.
Boom, done. Healthy meal done.
Yeah.
Great.
Morgan just like restarted the rewards program and she's like so about it because we're going there like 4 nights a week now.
Yeah, I'm stoked.
Because that's who
I'm
we
about to
are.
get a free pizza
You're gonna
next
get it.
week, probably.
Yeah, probably next week. You're on track.
Yeah, I am.
For free pizza already.
Yeah. And that's how you do it. That's how you win at life.
I mean, for real. All right. Well, when we come back, I know a lot about cars, but that doesn't mean I can't be convinced to go against what I know with a good argument.
Ooh.
And then we're stepping on the scale of joy. Thanks so much for being here. We love having you. We'll be right back.
Every once in a while, Brian likes to give away a little free advice earned from his 14 years as a master mechanic, toiling and bleeding under the hoods of cars. Sometimes he shares tips to save you money or the truth about something in the car biz. This week, I always do this. What are you doing
You didn't
this
get
week?
my talk.
Nope.
This
Don't
week
know.
I'm talking about old cars.
All right. For our segment, we creatively call Free Car Advice.
All right.
It's never not funny.
It's great. Okay. So I got a call from a friend of mine the other day asking me for some help with the choice he was having to make about his car.
Okay.
And I think using this story will help explain some logic to you all that you might be able to use in the future, which is why I bring these things to you guys. So first, I have to tell you guys, I told him not to buy this car
Okay.
that he's talking about buying. He is crazy. Only a dude would do this.
What?
I'm telling you, no woman is dumb enough to do this. But he really wanted this 20-year-old convertible BMW.
Interesting.
I told him
Okay.
that's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Old cars break down, and cars that old break down a lot, or like stupid, annoying parts break. It's just not worth it. Cars aren't meant to be owned for that long. Only a mechanic would ever own that car. That's what I told him.
Fair.
But he respectfully ignored my advice and buys this car. He pays $8,000 to buy this 20-year-old car, cash. For comparison, you could buy a car that's half as old as that for that price. And I tell him, hey, when this car needs repairs, it's going to cost you $1,000 to $3,000 every time something breaks. Yeah, you won't have a car payment to pay, but you are going to have to put money aside for repairs. It's the only responsible thing to do. He says, okay. He loves this car. He loves how it drives. He says it's in great condition. He loves the convertible top. He loves putting that top down and going cruising around and thinks everybody thinks he's cool. So guess what happens?
Oh, no.
Convertible top breaks. 3 months he's had this car and it's done for, which I knew was going to happen. A convertible top is a freaking liability, man,
Yeah.
on any car because it's the most complicated piece of machinery and it's honestly a freaking miracle every time that it folds itself up successfully. They get stuck. They break. When they get stuck and break, the top rips. It's a stupid thing that we have created that serves no purpose and it's dumb.
Okay.
So if they're fully automatic, you have no way to close them again. And then it rains and then you get really screwed. It's a huge risk
God.
just having a car with a convertible top unless the car is brand new and you have a warranty, which he does not, 20 years old. So it breaks. He gets a quote. $1,300 to fix this thing.
Oh, no.
I tell him, man, just tell the guy that gave you the quote to just work it enough so that you can close it, then never open it again.
Right.
That's the best you can hope for. Cars that old, they don't get to have working convertible tops. Save your money. The car's too freaking old. It's not worth it. But then he says to me, I think I'm going to do it. Here's his reason.
Okay.
For resale.
Okay.
And this fool, he's right. Despite all my instincts and knowledge, his logic is sound. And it stunned me when I realized that truth. Because here's the thing. Car is old as crap, but somehow it's still relatively high in value. How is a 20-year-old car still worth $8,000? So there's a kind of scale to car values that if you understand kind of what cars are worth, it can help you inform your choices, and you can do some different things and not lose money. And guys, feel free to reach out to us anytime. If you need help on this or advice on this, I am here. But cars kind of bottom out at around, I used to say the $2,000 mark, but I just looked at today and it looks like it's kind of the $4,000 mark now. That's kind of at a point when a car is so low that it's not worth doing anything to it. Like, it doesn't make sense to spend $1,000 on a car that's only worth $2,000. That's just like, why?
Yeah.
It's just going to break again soon.
Is he going to sell it now?
No, but he'll sell it eventually, and he wants to sell it for at least what he bought it for. He wants the investment to hold. Cars that old don't really depreciate anymore.
Okay.
Because once a car is that old, and that's a good point that you bring up, actually, that I wasn't even going to bring up, but that's a really good point. New cars depreciate significantly and then kind of bottom out. That car somehow has kind of stopped depreciating.
So let's say he gets this fixed. But like, who's to say it's not going to keep breaking?
Other things will break. Looking it over and hearing it, I'm like, yeah, this will probably work for a couple years. So it's just all about protecting your investment. And a car is an investment. If you own your car, it has real value. And a lot of people make really bad decisions with their cars because they don't think about their car as having value. I was stunned that it made sense to me that he would do this. And I think it was the right call to make on that particular car.
All right.
And, even I get surprised sometimes.
There you go.
So there we go. You guys remember, I'm always here to help you guys out. If you're dealing with a similar dilemma, send us an email or reach out to us anywhere. I'm out of the business, but I'm here for all of you guys.
I feel like everyone who asks you for advice does the exact opposite of whatever you tell them.
Yeah, well, that's, I'm sure doctors experience the exact same thing.
That's so true.
They're like, hey,
they're like, please don't eat sugar.
Exactly.
And they're like, gonna do it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, when we come back, we got a good old mental health check-in. And then, of course, we've got your no-class picks. Stay with us. Welcome back. Every so often, we like to check in on everyone's mental health, despite not being professionals in this arena at all. Morgan and I have found that the things that affect us are sometimes big and sometimes small, so we're in a constant state of trying to hone in on how to shed the stress and find our inner and outer peace. And we want to encourage you guys to do the same because you're pretty great and you deserve the best. So it's back. Scale of Joy.
Happy, happy, joy, joy. I hope you're happy, you idiot.
Okay, my scale is pretty high today because I only have a few weeks left of school.
Woo!
Only a few more big assignments and I'm officially dropped 15 pounds. And not only have I lost weight, but I feel stronger. I figured out an eating plan, a pattern that doesn't make me feel deprived at all. In fact, I'm loving it and not feeling like trash. And I figured out a workout that I like and that makes my brain and muscles feel better. So I'm doing pretty damn good.
So what's your number?
Oh, I always say it at the end.
You're not at the end yet?
No.
Okay.
For anyone out there that's having a rough time, I've had some real dips right before this, so I just wanted to speak to that a little in case it helps anyone else out because I think I kind of figured something out a little bit for some of the dark moments, and it's this. Lately, when I've either been processing something from the past or something that's happening in the moment or future worries, I've been forced to write stuff out for 2 of my classes. And lately I've been writing stuff out on my own too because I've been inspired by these classes. And once you know it, all these people that talk about how writing stuff down helps, it really does. It purges some of the harshness out of things. It takes away a bit of the edge and the hurt and makes it bearable enough so that it's easier to lift yourself out of the hole. I'm not saying it gets rid of the pain. There's just like, it's a lessening of the pain or torment or stress, and then it can change your brain a bit and allow you to stop the cycle of pain or spiraling down faster than you normally would. It cuts the amount of time that you're in turmoil.
Okay.
So I think that's a real win.
Yeah.
And the bonus is that sometimes you write something cool.
Yeah. Well, you write something cool because you're a great writer.
But I think this can be a tool that's applied to like any type of art or music or like tending plants, you know, like forcing yourself into doing an act even when you're in pain, despite not believing in that moment that anything can help.
Interesting. So not wallowing.
Yes.
And not just sitting there being consumed with anxiety or fear.
Yeah. Like,
Interesting.
There's a time to wallow. I think sometimes that helps people, certain people or whatever in moments. But I think sometimes, at least for me, if I force myself to do something even when I'm really, really pissed off or all I want to do is just like spiral in a terrible thought vortex, that if I force myself, that it will get like microscopically better.
Well, it sounds like it'll keep you going.
It'll work you towards stopping the momentum of that.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
If you can just like stick your foot in the door before it locks you in the room of like terrors.
That's a good.
It helps you, like, you're not out of the door yet, but you're just like, okay, I'm just gonna stand here with my foot stuck in the door just for a little bit. And that's what the writing does. And then finally you like can calm down enough to like push the door open a little bit and get out.
And it could be like anything, right? Like journaling or
yeah,
it doesn't have to be creative writing per se. It could just be writing down whatever's bothering you.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, because I've heard that, from other people. They do that. So anyway, I'm at an 8.
That's it?
Okay, fine. I'm at a 9.
That's great. Yes.
I graduate
I approve
so
of this number.
soon.
It's so soon.
I'm you know what keeps me from saying I'm a 9 ever is
What?
because like as soon as I say I'm a 9, like I'm worried that this is gonna go away. You know, like,
I can relate to that.
You
Dude,
can't count on being a 9.
I cannot. I personally cannot relate to like the wallowing or any of that stuff, but man, can I relate to the fear that the good times are going to go away almost immediately?
Yeah.
Yes. Somehow.
I'm like, don't say you're a 9.
Don't say
do it.
I know you're tempting. You're tempting the world to come and crap on you.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I completely relate to that one.
Yeah.
Dang, well, that's awesome.
So yeah,
I mean,
living it up.
if I can say, since you already said it, you lost 15 pounds, which is absolutely freaking incredible.
Thank you.
And you didn't even tell me. I didn't know. Like it was kind of like what we're talking about with the 9 mentality, right? Like you were worried that if you told me the number, that you were going to be like, oh no, progress is going to stop or something like that. But then it sounds crazy. I'm like, 15 pounds. That's like a huge number.
It is.
That's amazing.
And I've done it the hard way and the slow way.
You've done it the hardest way.
It's been very slow.
Literally the hardest way that anyone can do anything.
And I think I understand my brain a lot better, and I think I understand how it works a lot better. And I also think I finally am understanding how to maintain and then lose and then maintain and then lose.
It's awesome.
Which is like a lot healthier, obviously.
Yes. You've even taught me things that
That's
I
cool.
wasn't understanding about myself. I was upset about certain things, and learning with you along the way, I'm like, oh, I'm eating too much. Like, that's what I'm doing. Like,
oh, my body can't handle 4,000 calories.
I'm not 20 anymore. What is that? Anyway,
I love it. Okay.
That's great. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
That's really great.
Thanks.
Okay.
What's yours?
I start with my number always. That's my style.
Okay. I did not know. Okay.
Okay. So I am at an 8.
Oh.
And the only reason I'm not at a 10, because things are really great, is because I'm just so freaking exhausted.
Yeah.
And this is how crazy my brain and life is. I had no idea that I had been working 6 days a week since the beginning of the year until I looked at my planner that I use for my freelance work, and I'm like, have I really been working every single Monday through Saturday for the last almost 4 months? Yeah, I have.
Yes.
So yeah,
That's why I asked you if you were okay.
I did, but I'm so deep inside it that
I know.
I have no point of reference anymore. So anyway, I've never gone this long consistently working that much.
Crazy.
And it's
You're
wild.
Like blowing my mind right now that you didn't know.
I didn't know. But anyway, it's crazy and I have to stop it. And I am. In less than a week, I will finally stop working at my second job. And I will finally only be working 5 days a week. So I'm excited for that, but it hasn't happened yet. So I'm still kind of zombie brain. But I am really looking forward to this, to the extra free time. And I'm looking forward to being able to spend more time working on TNC, adding new stuff for the listeners, beefing up our videos with cool new stuff. It's not the feeling that I've had before with the other jobs where I was so desperate to stop working there.
Right.
It is a great job for, where I'm at in my career is a great thing. It's just that it's time for me to move on. I am working too much. And it's just the feeling that I have now, honestly, is like it was when I was graduating college, where like I have something to look forward to. And that is a great thing. And TNC, thank you guys for being here and giving me that, because that's what I look forward to.
That's cool.
And the other reason that I'm still at an 8 is because I'm making sure to keep doing the things that make me happy. And I'm even starting to treat myself a little bit, which is very unusual for me.
Okay.
I found the first restaurant ever where I actually feel comfortable eating by myself, which is, shout out to Nippon Ramen. The decor is low key. It's quiet. The servers aren't intrusive or talkative. I can just sit and eat my ramen and read a book in absolute peace.
Love it.
It's great. Stuff like that. Seeing my movies, taking my hikes. That stuff works, man.
I'm so happy for you.
It's keeping me
oh
up
man,
there.
I wish I could had a video of the time you went to ramen and I picked you up on your way home because you were rollerblading. I cannot explain to you guys how amazing this looked, and I wish I could show you, but I can't.
It's that kind of stuff, man.
It's so good.
That kind of stuff where you just like, why the heck not?
Yeah, why not?
I'm gonna rollerblade and go get ramen.
I'm an adult. I can do whatever I want.
I can literally do whatever I want.
I can rollerblade, eat some ramen, have a great day.
Get exhausted.
Call
Morgan and say, please, can you pick me up halfway home because this is way harder than I remember it being when I was 10. So thank you for rescuing me.
I love that, though.
Rollerblades are legit.
We gotta get back in touch with our childhood selves.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's good.
I like it.
That's your phrase, by the way. It's fun is Morgan's phrase.
It is fun. That's the highest praise I can give anything.
It is. Well, I'm glad you're doing great, friend. And we hope
too.
that you all are doing great.
Yeah.
Let us know if anything cool is happening with you that has spiked you up to a 8 or 9 or 10. Let us know. We'd love to hear about it. Even if it's throwing your air fryer in the trash. If that's just like made your day.
And let us know if you're at a low number.
Yeah. Let us know what's going on.
We all got those.
Yeah. Totally relate. Somehow.
I can relate more than Brian. So send me a message. Okay.
All right. When we come back, it's that time. Your No Class Picks of the Week. Stay with us. It's time to wind down the show here, bring it to a close the only proper way with our No Class Picks of the Week.
You're just a jealous,
no class,
lazy bum.
No class pick.
All right, so this week I have a class pick, and we're going to do something new that we came up with right before the show.
That we came up with, that you came up with.
Yes, okay. So now...
Own your great idea, okay?
When we have a class pick, I'm putting sunglasses on, okay? So this is only for the people watching the video that can see this, but class picks get the shades because they're cool.
Can you see what you are reading?
I can see everything.
Okay, great.
Okay, so this week, they're really dark though, right?
Yeah.
You can't see my eyes at all.
No, you look very cool.
This is probably a bad idea because like for the video, you guys can't see my eyes at all. But anyway, okay, so my class pick this week is a weird one, but I'm giving it to the guys over at Boost Mobile Customer Service.
Interesting.
Wherever on earth they are. I can't really tell. The accent is a little indistinct for me, so I don't know. But they're probably not here, and that's awesome because they're the coolest dudes ever. So people laugh when they find out I'm a Boost Mobile customer, and I have been, they tell me, for over 11 years. I guess they think that it's somehow ethnically inappropriate for a guy that looks like me to have Boost, whose motto when I signed up back in the day was, "Where you at?" But Boost, it's catered to a particular demographic that I'm not a part of.
Your motto was that.
No, it's the company's. It's the company's
they're
motto.
Like saying,
yeah, they're like, "Where you at?" That was their slogan. Things were different in like the early 2000s.
That's you. All right.
It's very much me, which is why I totally went after them. I'm like, Boost is great. So
awesome.
I have unlimited calls and data for $60 a month. Who else has that? Tell me.
No one.
Nobody has that.
Okay.
Boost. Anyway, I've been going through some stuff with them, and the guys that talk to me in customer service are so nice and so cool, and they laugh at my jokes, and they seem genuinely so excited to help me with all of my issues. There's this intensity that they get when I tell them my problem, like they can't wait to solve it.
Oh my God.
Even when the first two guys didn't end up helping me, I didn't get mad at them because they thought that they did, and they were so excited that we'd done it together, and I was happy. It was very nice. It was very nice. So much better than those stupid AI voice assistants that don't do crap for everyone. I hate those things.
I hate those things.
The Boost guys, those are my homies.
Awesome.
And they're all class.
That's great. That is so funny. I just like this idea of like a customer service person that's so excited to help.
Like they start low key, but then once you tell them their problem, they're like, "All right, we can do it.
This. Let's go."
Yeah, exactly.
I like that.
It's really funny and cool.
That's very nice. I like it. Okay, I also have a class pick.
Okay.
And it's my whole work team. I'll tell you why.
Well, wait, hold on.
What?
Another class pick.
Okay.
I just took them off, but now they're back on. Go for it. Class pick it.
Okay. It wasn't one specific thing. It was many things on what could have been the worst Saturday brunch we've ever had. If the entire staff hadn't have rallied, I would have walked out mid-shift.
Damn.
And I was a hair's breadth away. Okay, here's the setup. We had a team meeting like before this, like not on the day, but a different day. A number of protocols were changed, but two of the baristas weren't there, and our manager hasn't sent out notes for them to go over to know the changes that happened. So the owner of the restaurant comes in, ready to impale us all because he wants everything to be perfect immediately. I'm not going to get into the details of what he was huffing and puffing about because they're too specific and annoying to hear about. I'll just say that he's fickle in how he wants things done. One week it's one thing, the next is the exact opposite. Okay. So when we get berated, we don't really usually react to him because we're like, you're just going to say the opposite next week, whatever.
Sure.
Okay, here comes the class. The entire team lifted each other up and yes, complained about him, but we all laughed at it. And when he honed in on certain people, the rest of us paid attention and picked them out of the dirt immediately. The only time one of us got cornered alone, it was me, which is a good thing because I'm the only one who doesn't care about getting fired. So I argued back, of course, and he backed off. But I could have been utterly devastated that day. And at least 4 people almost walked out. Like somehow our team just rallied and still treated the customers really well, despite not being treated well ourselves. I hope I described it well enough because when I think of it now, I'm just so damn proud of everyone.
Yeah,
just this moment of this team rising up and being a collective better people.
Yeah.
So that everyone else wasn't impacted.
Yeah, I think we all understand that. There's those days.
Okay, cool.
There's those days at work when you're just like, man, those days that you really like your coworkers and you're like, man, this is a great team.
Yeah.
And like we're capable of great things.
One person can affect
everyone walks.
Everyone.
Oh yeah, one person.
Stop being a whirlwind of horribleness. God. So I guess I have a no class pick and a class pick.
The glasses are coming off.
I'm sorry.
But
there was some no class in there.
It was nice to have them on. It was
I like
nice
seeing your eyes.
It's nice to recognize. It's easy, it's easier to do a show with somebody when you can see their eyes. Yeah. All right.
Anyway.
That's great.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I don't know what else to say about it.
Well, you can say that's our show, guys. Thanks so much for being here and hanging with us. Like and or subscribe on whatever platform you're listening on. We're on all the apps. Episodes also on YouTube. Shout out to some new subscribers we've got on YouTube. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming along with us. We're glad to have you. Reach out to us on Instagram at That's No Class. You can also send us an email or a voicemail, that'snoclass@gmail.com. Call 877-7-NO-CLASS, or as Morgan likes to say, 877-766-2527. Call us up. We love having your stories on the show.
Stay classy.
Stay classy and have a great week.